Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm giving the Zachbot one extra queen each game until I lose. Let's get started with game number one. Alright, game number one, as you can see, for the sake of the integrity of the video, I have started off Zach with a singular queen. However, this should be a pretty straightforward victory. In fact, I'm willing to bet that I can win the queen right here. Oh, pardon me. Okay, Zach immediately takes on e4, putting our king in check. We'll go ahead and actually castle our kings, centralize the rook, and now it should be a pretty straightforward victory. Holy cow, he actually came out swinging for a second there, but we'll give a couple more checks, and this should be just about checkmate in a couple more moves. Appreciate the free queen. Check, check, and with that, we do win game number one. Let's go ahead and add 7 more queens. All right, as you can see, I've actually added 6 more queens, pardon me, not 7, for a total of 7 queens. To be totally honest, I wouldn't give him this many queens if I didn't think I was still going to win. The only difference is I do have to play a little bit more concretely. I have to hold everything really nice and close to the chest. I can't really risk giving away too many pieces, but truth is the only fear there is that he would randomly, take all of my pieces and then stalemate me, but not so much that he would actually win the game necessarily. We do get this queen quote unquote developing. I'll go ahead and grab the queen on b4, then the queen on a8. Don't mind if I just snack hungry hippo style on all of these queens. We'll target these. Thank you, and he's already down to 2 queens. Funny enough, he has prepared a checkmate here. On the off chance that he loses his mind and actually checkmates me, I will defend against that. Let's go ahead and develop the queen, give a check to trade off this queen, and he has only 1 queen left to work with. And I do drop this knight, however. To be honest, I've played this a little bit more sloppily than I needed to, but let's see if I can sneakily promote a second queen. He might not take that. Oh, wow. He actually took my pawn. Okay, luckily I have this resource, whereby I can skewer the queen on a7, and now I can definitely force a promotion, but it's funny how he did play a couple of weirdly good moves for a moment there. We'll go ahead and trap the king on the back rank, and we can basically pre-move this pawn all the way down to my favorite type of mate. Invented in 10,000 BCE by Shrek, we do get ladder's mate. Let's go ahead and add 1 row of queens. Okay, I actually couldn't add an entire extra row of queens. About a year ago on this channel, I did several challenges where I found out how many queens I needed to defeat certain bots and how many queens I could give to certain bots before I would lose, which is what inspired this video idea as well. But it seems that chess.com has implemented some sort of legality checker or something of that nature, because if I add an entire extra row of queens, all of the bots just freeze. All of them refuse to play against it. If I try and play against the engine, it does the exact same thing. This seems to be the hard limit of how many queens I can add. However, I can add other pieces, like I added a knight on c7 and it still continued to play, which is very amusing to me. But okay, this is as many queens as Zach can physically have before chess.com turns it down. So I'm going to follow a very similar strategy of just playing extremely concretely, coming after these queens. Let's put him in check, grab another queen, and it's literally just hungry hippos all the way. He refuses to capture any of my pieces. So I'm just going to jump around with this singular knight, put him in check, develop another piece to attack even more queens, and they are all just about gone. He only has 3 queens left. He's doing a pretty good job of defending this final few, but we'll go ahead and put him in check. Check. He's got to let go of something at some point. We take that queen. He only has 2 queens left. I'd be willing to bet I could capture them with a singular knight. So maybe if I just jump around enough. Oh goodness, I'm actually getting attacked. Okay, let's jump around with the knight backwards. I keep forgetting this isn't the challenge where I want to lose anything. In fact, I want to win this game. Let's attack. Actually, no, that's being way too cheeky. You know what? Let's just go after the king. He's spending way too long moving these queens around. Thank you. That is a very kind donation. We'll threaten a fork. Check, take, check. And with that, we do get my favorite type of checkmate. Invented in 3000 AD by a cyborg, we do get ladder's mate. Now, for this final game, I'm going to see how much material chess.com legally allows me to slap onto the board. Okay, this seems to be the new maximum that chess.com allows of sort of added material onto a custom position, because I added rooks until it stopped allowing me rooks. Then I added bishops, which I only got 1 on the board before it froze. I added a singular knight, froze again. And then from the same position, I also added a singular pawn, and it once again froze. So this amount of material and this specific setup seems to be the most that I can slap down on the board before chess.com engines refuse to entertain my goofiness. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I mean, it shouldn't be all that different. We do start off with his capture on h2. We'll go ahead and recapture. He did start off with 73 points of additional material. We get queen to e5, hanging this queen, and I do believe that as long as I don't put him in check, he'll let me capture just about anything. So I can pretty much just walk this down. I mean, it's literally checkmate in 1 turn on f2, but it would almost be more impressive if Zach Zach at this point in the game suddenly learned how to give checkmate in one and didn't just proceed to hang a bunch of queens. I mean, to be fair, this pawn is pinned, but I can simply take all of these extra queens, put him in check, grab up this free material. He finally does recapture. I'll go ahead and just break this pin so that this queen is hanging, which he does return. He does put her back into a safe spot. Let's put the king in check. Queen covers up. Let's put him in check again. Check. Grab this queen. One final check to trade off. We'll go ahead and take. He does in fact take back, but now it's one queen and one king versus the pieces that I have left over, which again would normally be a challenge, but this is Zach. So he's going to give me that queen in just a moment's notice. I'd be willing to bet. There it is. A free queen, and we'll go ahead and throw a pawn promotion onto the board. Give a check, or maybe two. Can't play here because it would stalemate him, so we'll drop the knight forward instead. And with that, we do defeat Zach with the literal maximum amount of material that chess.com allows me to add onto the board, which in a sense means that we kind of failed the challenge. I mean, to be totally honest, I'm a little bit taken aback by the fact that chess.com suddenly has some sort of limiter on how much material you can add to the board, because I remember how much fun it was to make those videos where you just added queens to the board until you finally lost against a really weak bot. But something seems to have changed, and I have no way of adding any more material, so in a way we did, I guess, fail the challenge. Now, that's not to say that it's impossible to lose against Zach, because I did do that in the previous video with a normal setup, but it's impossible to lose against Zach by just giving him free material. Has to be a little bit more nuanced than that. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below what other freaky challenges I should try with Zach, and I'll see you guys in the next one.